Hey baddies, it's your girl Shaman. I'm back with another video. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you could be a baddie too. Obviously, as you can tell by the title, me and my friend went to go get permanent anklets. So this is just going to be a quick little vlog showing you guys the experience, and then I'm going to come back and give you guys some more details. So if that sounds interesting, stay tuned. You got me twisted. You got me twisted. Hey y'all, so I'm doing a voiceover because it was music playing. I didn't want to get copywritten. Right now I'm showing you all of the gold options. So they have yellow gold, rose gold, and white gold. And then on this rack are all of the gold filled options. The sales associate was explaining to me the difference between gold filled and gold plated. She said gold filled is made with gold and other metals, but all of their gold filled is nickel free, to take into account that people do have metal sensitivities like myself. I was concerned about that. She said the difference with gold plated is that the gold is pretty much like painted on top, and that tarnishes a lot easier than gold filled. I was looking at the solid gold options for the anklet. However, she actually recommended that we get the gold filled, which was cheaper, because it also lasts a little bit longer. It's a little bit sturdier for something like an anklet as opposed to a permanent bracelet. And then these are all of the charm options that they had. There were plenty of options to choose from. Obviously, these were at an additional cost. And right now, what I'm pretty much doing is taking the 3 options that I like the best and kind of holding them up to my ankle to see which option I really wanted to go for. The 2 on the top are going to be gold filled. The one on the bottom is solid gold. And I did end up going with the chain in the middle. I like the pattern of it a lot better. And I also like that it was thicker than the solid gold option. We're gonna go eat after, yeah. So I picked my anklet and my charm. I ended up with an S because me and my OCD, I need everything to match, and I didn't want to get, I was gonna get my birthstone, which is a blue topaz, but I don't want it to clash with like the rest of what I have going on. So alright, so at this point, she's just sizing the anklet to my ankle. We did kind of do a couple rounds of her sizing it and resizing it because it was initially way too big. And although I like the placement of it now, I still think it's a little too big. When I step and the weight of my foot hits the ground, the anklet tends to fall into like the crease of my foot where it would fold. And it's kind of annoying, so I'm probably going to go back this weekend and have them take out just a couple of more links. But this is her, again, just sizing it and trying it on before she makes it permanent. I almost feel like she could maybe go in a link or 2, but I also feel like it's got a nice little, like...
Yeah, so, like, well, that one's loose. Mine is
yeah, yours is really loose.
So I like... Yeah.
Okay. Cheers. Did you finish yours? So at this point, we had agreed on a size, so she's getting ready to set everything up so that she could zap it and make it permanent. Again, I'm still going to go back and get it tightened a little bit. I've seen different videos where some people put a piece of leather under the anklet or the bracelet before they zap it. I've also seen it where some people don't, so I'm not sure what the common practice for that is. She did just tell me not to look at the light when she zapped it, but she didn't say I couldn't record the zap and couldn't look at it afterwards. So this is just me filming her, you know, welding it to my ankle permanently. However, you can cut it off with scissors if you need to. And now she's just cleaning up where she zapped it. I guess it was smudged or something, I'm not sure, but it was a pretty painless process.
No, I actually want this one tighter because I'm going to go actually back. Maybe a little tighter. Like this? Yeah, I think that might be.
Okay, you guys, so we just finished. I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, same. I do need to mention though that the price of the bracelet, if you get an anklet, is double. And then you still have to pay extra for the charm if you get the charm. So it could be a little expensive trip. We ended up getting the gold filled, which was definitely cheaper than the 14 karat gold. So I recommend doing that. And I have like metal sensitivity, but she said it was all nickel free. So we gonna see. I'm just gonna pray about it and keep it moving. But yeah, I love it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Would do again. G, and we twins because, hold on, I gotta. Best friends forever because we got the same little chain. She has a heart and I have an S on my chest per usual. That's probably a really bad video. Thank you. S on my chest and she has a little heart. Yes, but we got the same chain, so besties. So where do you want to go eat at?
The lady was recommending something.
The Big Star?
Yeah.
That $5 taco place?
She said they fill the tacos.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my permanent anklet. Ignored the mess on my desk. Obviously it's not on my ankle because it broke. I will admit that I was playing with it because I was trying to see, like, obviously it was too loose, so I was trying to see like how tight I wanted it, and I had my fingers under it to try and like grab it and like pinch it a little bit to just see like where I wanted it, and it broke. Like here, let me see. At some point you could see on the clasp where it broke, right there. See that hole? It broke right there. And then the same thing with this side. It like, I don't know if it broke or if it's opened, but yeah, it's on here somewhere because I just saw it. But yeah, I love that for me. So I guess I'll go back tomorrow. I kind of want to go today though. All right, so first of all, this wig is not on my head all the way. I just filmed my little DIY Halloween costume, so that's why I threw this on, and then I have different hair in the video. But as you guys saw yesterday, which is Friday the 7th, my anklet came off. It was my fault. I was playing with it. I got a real bad habit of like playing with my earrings and like playing with like my rings and my necklaces, and so I was playing with the anklet, right? And honestly, because really what happened was it was too big initially. I liked where it was at, but every time I stepped, it will fall into the crease of my ankle. You know, like if this is your leg and this is your foot, and your foot kind of goes like this, where when you're walking it's like this, but then like sometimes it kind of goes like this. During the process, the anklet would fall right in this hinge. And it was just really annoying, and I would have to like literally grab it and move it up so that it wouldn't sit right there. So I was trying to like play with it to see how much room I had under it, and then like try and get an estimate of where I wanted it to sit at. And while I was doing that, it broke, and 2 of the links popped off. I actually took off a 3rd one myself because I figured I wanted like 2 or 3 links gone. But when she put it back on yesterday, which I didn't get any footage of, she took one of the links that came off and used it to weld it back together. Because honestly, so I'm like lifting my leg up like you guys could see. I guess I can show you guys. Let me make another clip. Okay, so this is what the anklet looks like. The S is backwards right now, but it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that this right here, this, that's connected to this S, this one, this is not a part of the chain. This is an added loop that's connected to the S, and then if you look on the other side, there's another one. So this is the S, and then this is the loop that's connecting it. So this piece is what they use to weld the anklet together. And because it broke right here, she initially took this piece and put it there, and it was looking crazy, and it was like a kink or twist in the anklet, and I was like, nah sis, like that's not it. So she did take one of them that broke off and put it back on. So you could kind of tell right there, it's this one that my nail is right here. But when it's on my ankle and you're just looking at it, you can't tell. But I know that it's right here. But you know what I'm saying? So you can't really like, you can see it right there still. But in the grand scheme of things, you can't tell. So that's what she did. Let me flip the camera again. Okay, so now that she's welded it back onto my ankle, minus the 2 links, because she took the third one and welded it back on, it fits a lot better. On occasion, it does still somehow end up rolling into the crease of my ankle, and now it kind of hurts a little bit because it's less room and it's a little bit tighter. But it's not like, oh my God, like some stabbed me in the ankle. Like, it just is like a tight feeling wrapped around my ankle when it gets caught in the crease. But it doesn't happen as often as it originally kept falling and sitting in the crease of my ankle. So you win some, you lose some. It was like catch-22 at that point. That's why I almost feel like I could have afforded to take out a couple of more links so that it just wouldn't roll down into my ankle at all. But whatever, it's happening a lot less. So I'm happy that the 2 links are no longer in the anklet and that it does kind of sit a little bit better. What else did I want to say? Okay, so when we went in there, they have gold, solid gold, and then they have gold filled. The prices are listed on everything. Obviously, the solid gold is more expensive than the gold filled. We didn't know when we originally went in that for an anklet, it was double the price. I understand that for an anklet, you're using more material than a wrist. Ankles are thicker than wrists. This is the size of my wrist right here. Like, I can't do that with my ankle at all. So I understand you're using more material, but I don't feel like they're using double the material to double the price. I feel like they should take like a third of the price and add it on for an anklet versus doubling it. So the original price of the chain that we got was $68. 68 times 2 would have been $136, plus the $64 for the charm of the S that I got. 64 would have been $200 total. So I honestly would go, if you go to Alexandra Marks, which is where I went on Division, I think it's on Division, I would go in with the $250 budget, if not $300, but definitely $250, because that will be able to give you enough wiggle room to kind of get what you want. You can very well walk out of there for less than $100 if you just get a gold filled chain for a bracelet and you don't get a charm on it. That'll get you under $100 because the chain that I have on my ankle was originally $68. But if you want to get an anklet and they double the price, if you want to get a charm on that anklet, you're gonna be spending at least $200. I would say $250. One of the charms that I actually wanted was an angel wing, but it was $200. And I really had to talk myself off. It was beautiful, right? But I had to really be reasonable with myself, like $200 for this itty bitty charm, and what's gonna happen if the charm falls off and you lose it, and then you might as well take $200 and throw it out the window at that point. So I had to talk myself out of it. But there are some expensive charms. $250 to $300, I just feel like is a reasonable price. Even if you're getting a bracelet, if you decide to get a solid gold bracelet, that's going to be at least $100 because the solid gold was more expensive than the gold filled. If you put a charm on said solid gold bracelet, some of those charms were anywhere between like $60-some and $200, I think was the most that I saw. So like, just set your budget before you go in there so that you're not walking out disappointed or shocked that you're spending more money than you expected on spending. The only way you're gonna get out for less than $100 is if you get a gold filled chain for a bracelet and you don't put anything else on it. That is the only way you're gonna get out of there for less than $100. If you start getting an anklet, if you get a solid gold bracelet, or if you want to play with some charms, you're gonna be spending honestly closer to $200, between $200 and $300. So just set your budget, have your expectations where they need to be, and I think it'll go well for you. Overall, I enjoyed my experience and I liked the environment. The area over there too is very populated. So after we got our anklets, we walked around, we got dinner, we got some cinnamon buns, we got Italian ices. Yeah. So it was a good time, and there's things to do afterwards. So like for us, we had to travel to get to downtown. So if you're not from downtown, there's still stuff around in the area to do afterwards. So it's not just like a wasted trip. And everybody in the shop was really nice. I was really indecisive, so we were there longer than like our 20-minute appointment time. But they didn't rush us or anything like that. They were super sweet. They offered us either wine or water, which was nice. And it was just a really great experience. And even with it breaking off and them having to put it back on, I still enjoyed my experience. I still think it was worth it. I don't know how long I'm going to wear this anklet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess when I'm ready to part ways with it, I'll just cut it off. But so far, it's cool. I'm probably going to keep it maybe at least for a year. And then I'll see from there. I just know, like, obviously if my ankle swells, it's not going to have much room to swell. If I have to get, like, a medical procedure, it's going to have to get cut off. If at some point I have children, obviously pregnant women's ankles swell. So, like, it's not going to work out. So, even though it's a permanent anklet, I don't think I'm going to permanently have it on during the rest of my adult life. You get what I'm saying? Like, I might wear it for a couple of years. Right now, we're just going to shoot for a year, see how I feel about it. But at some point, I am going to probably just cut it off and retire it, or maybe get it on at a later date. Who knows? But yeah, so far, I love it. I think it's super cute. I'm sad that I kind of waited till the fall, going into the winter to do it, because it obviously just would have really, like, chef kissed at the beginning of the spring. So I would have had all spring and all summer for it to really be out and for it to shine, versus now it's like sock and boot season. But either way, I'm still glad that I got it done, and I just can't wait for the summer to roll around now so I can really show it off. Hey you guys, so I unfortunately have to update you again. It's like probably the third hairstyle y'all have seen, the third time I done came in this video. My anklet came off again. So like, I got it initially put on the 1st. That Friday on the 7th, it broke off. I went back up there. They put it back on minus 2 links. And then yesterday, the 16th, it came off again. And it was entirely my fault, because I was taking off, like, my clothes from the day. I had on, like, leggings and, like, those socks that go above your ankles, like the boot socks. I had on, like, some of those. So when I get undressed, I typically, like, take my leggings and go like this. And so I grab the leggings and the sock at the same time and just pull it all off like it's a onesie almost. And obviously I wasn't thinking about my anklet, so the anklet got caught in my finger when I was hooking the clothes to take them off. And I just heard it just like, and it was like, that's my anklet again. So, today's Monday, because this was Sunday when it happened. So today's Monday. I went back up there today, had them put it back on. They were really super nice about it. I was contemplating if I should buy a new chain or not, because pretty much, so she wanted to put a jump ring on it, which is like a circular piece. And it's the same piece that they use to put the charm on. And I told her I didn't want the jump ring, because I'm like, the last time the girl tried to put a jump ring on it, and it messes with the flow of the chain, because it's not the same type of link. And then plus it's a jump ring, so the chain lays flat, and then you're putting a jump ring in it, and then it causes it to not lay flat on the other side. So I was like really telling her, I'm like, I really don't want that jump ring, because it's not going to lay flat. Plus you could tell, because it doesn't match the rest of the anklet. And she was like, well, do you want to put a charm on it? I'm like, no, because, and I understand she was trying to give me options. Like, I wasn't having an attitude with her, right? But, I'm like, no, I don't want another charm on it, because the placement that it broke, like, it just would have looked stupid. Like, it would have been a charm over here, and then it would have been like a quarter of a bracelet, and then it would have been another charm, and then it just would have been like the rest of the bracelet, or like the anklet. And I'm like, no. And she was explaining to me that pretty much the jump rings are supposed to be open and closed, and that's what they weld the bracelets or the anklets together with. And she's like, because the actual link broke, like the actual link on the anklet isn't meant to be open and closed and like put back on and re-welded and this, that, and the third. So she was like, you know, I'm nervous that you're gonna, because it broke in the same spot that it broke in last time. She's like, I'm nervous that you're going to have to keep coming back up here to get it fixed because it's probably going to keep breaking because the chain isn't meant to be replaced. Like the jump ring is what they replace. But after contemplating, and I didn't want the jump ring, and I was looking at some more chains because I was gonna buy another chain. You know, she was like, well, we could just try to put another link back on it, and I will test it to, you know, put some pressure on it to see if it'll break. So that's pretty much what she did. She took like a brand new link off of the spoolie chains, and put it back on. Instead of taking one of the broke ones that I had and trying to like mesh it back together to get it to fit, she took a brand new link and put it together. And so far so good. My anklet is missing some more links because I cut some more out from the last time. So like there were 2 missing, and then it kept like rolling into the crease of my ankle, and I explained earlier that it was hurting because it was tighter. So I just went ahead and took some more links out. I took out like a total of 6 are missing now. 6? Yeah, total of 6 are missing. So I took out an additional 4. Well, I took out 3. And then when she took out the broke one, is it 5? No, it's okay. It's one fell off. Then I took out 3 because I assumed she was going to take the one that fell off and put it back on. So 4 came off. Then she took out the one that was broke from earlier and put a new one back on. So a total of 6 are missing. Yeah, that's how that works. So it fits on my ankle a lot better. It doesn't roll into the crease of my ankle anymore. And now I can only fit 2 fingers under it instead of like being able to fit my whole hand, which is cool. So yeah, it's definitely not their fault. It was definitely my fault. I just having a really hard time with this thing. I don't know what's going on. My friend who got hers done at the same time, like hers is fine. She's living her best life. Me on the other hand, this is the second time this month that I've gone back up there to get it fixed. But again, they were super nice about it. So hopefully this is the last time and I could just figure my life out from here because I can't keep driving back up there every other weekend. Like, ciao. But still love it. Still worth the money. And although it's supposed to be permanent and it's not like 100% permanent because it's not like breakable proof, I still, you know, love my purchase. Glad that I got it done. This is what it looks like now. Let me make sure it's flat. Either way, now you can't tell where she fixed it other than this black marker that she used, it'll wash off. So, but like the chain looks back to normal. And yeah, I love it. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end of this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also click the bell notification so that you get notified when I post every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this type of content. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I will leave a link to Alexandra Marks's website in my description box. Not in the description box, in the description. I'm tripping. It'll be down in the description if you guys want to check them out, if you guys are interested in going to where I went to get a permanent anklet, bracelet, or necklace. There are other shops in Chicago too if you just kind of search permanent anklet in Chicago or whatever major city you're closest to. While you're down there, click that link in my description. Make sure that you listen to my music. Follow me on social media at Sham the Baddest. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.